are live one more time Sunday night here with SimPro Racing, Lucas Oil Midget Sim Series with PowerEye Racing, and we are at Peoria Speedway, Peoria, Illinois, calling the action for you tonight. You've heard this guy before, the encyclopedia of sprint car racing, Justin Rose now. Also from Australia, Brett Wheeler in the house tonight, guys. Of course, the button's being pushed by the bad boy, Magic Fingers, John Wessling on the cameras for you tonight. Let's take it on up to the booth, too. Brett Wheeler and Justin Rose now.
Yeah, thanks, JD, and it's good to be back here again at Peoria Speedway. I don't know how you say the name, Justin. You might have to fill me in. I was having a bit of trouble pronouncing it, but why don't you just give us a little bit of info about the track? I know there's not much to talk about tonight on this small little track.
Unfortunately, Brett, I think through all of my research, the best that I can come up with, this joint is a high-banked 1/4 mile clay oval in Peoria, Illinois. It hosts a lot of late model and modified events in the state of Illinois for the UMP National Championships. Other than that, occasionally they'll host an occasional PowerEye and USAC race, you know, and then maybe once in a great while we'll see a USAC sprint car race. But that's about all I can find on the Speedway right now, Brett.
Yeah, well, you know, I said it before off air, you know, you always find only have 3 minutes just to talk about the racetrack, but you know, you only talked about 13 seconds, so it doesn't matter. We're into the serve, and we are going to have a live qualifying here tonight, so going to be interesting to see who's going to be on top of the charts. You know, it's well, these guys are fairly close on times, and you know, if we go talk about the points, I think Bo Bruni is leading the points. Just let me bring it up here. Where am I? I got no idea where I'm right at. Yeah, Bo Bruning is leading the points by a fairly big margin. He's on 837. Gary Maguire, who's sitting second, is 177 points behind him. He's sitting on 660. So, Justin, that's a big gap between first and second.
I mean, Bo could pretty much take, you know, 2 or 3 nights off, and Gary Maguire would still just be sniffing at the heels of Bo Brunig. So, Bo, I mean, he's out there by a country mile, Brett, and it's going to take a miracle for anybody to even get close to him before the championship winds up here in a few weeks.
Yeah, talk about consistency, and you know, Bo and Garrett, the only 2 drivers that have raced all 17. You know, just for stats, Bo's actually won 2 of them. Gary Maguire's won 3 of them, but then you go to like the top 5s. Bo Bruning's got a top 5 11 out of 17 times. So, unfortunately, Gary Maguire's only 4, and 3 of them have been wins. And then you go to the top 10s. Bo Bruning's actually 15 from 17. So, that's fairly consistent for Bo Bruning, and that's why he's at the top of the charts.
Yeah, you know, another guy that, you know, you could say was very consistent until he left the series was Chris Gearhart. I mean, he dominated the point standings for the longest time. He's only run 7 events, and he's still in the top 10. He's sitting down there at 9th at 398 points. You know, you have to wonder what might have been in the previous 10 events here for the SPR PowerEye Midget Series.
Yeah, I'm obviously only Chris Gearhart could answer that question. You know, 7 starts, 2 wins, and 7 top 5s and 7 top 10s. So, you know, that's really been consistent for Chris Gearhart, and it's a shame, you know, provided he ran the other 10 races. You know, obviously some of the guys missed some of the tarmac races that they did. Obviously they don't like tarmac, but you know, it's all about racking up the points and just being there come the end of the season. So, Justin, I believe we're not too far away from going qualifying.
Yep, we're going to do live qualifying tonight, which means you're going to watch each and every one of these competitors take the lap or take 1 or 2 time laps to see where they're going to start in these heat races and their starting position for the feature. Here at SPR, we actually use the qualifying times to set the order with a slight invert for the A feature. You're also going to see probably, what do we have tonight, Brett? 16 drivers or so?
No, there's 22 in the server minus me. So there's 21 guys. 1 guy just left, so we're going to have about 20 drivers here tonight.
It's safe to say we'll probably see about the top 15 times on the board inverted. So, you know, you're probably going to see your quick time qualifier. You're probably going to see him start 5th in the first heat or so. So, Brett, I think we're getting ready to go qualifying here in a few minutes here.
Yeah, just believe they're just lining up now. And looks like Ryan Flatten is going to go out first. So there is 21 drivers going to take a time here tonight. And basically, so we're going to see 4 rounds of heats here tonight. Peoria Speedway's Ryan Flatten is going to go out first.
Ryan Flatten and Marcus Hardina's number 21 for the True Speed Motorsports team. Ryan Flatten takes the green flag coming out of 4. He seems to be running right on that fence, Brett. That seems to be the fast way around here I've seen him practice.
Yeah, I was in here before and seeing guys run on the top and the bottom as Ryan Flatten takes the first time of 11.678, so 11.678, and drivers only getting 1 lap to do it. So you've really got to hit your marks on this first lap, otherwise you could be in for a long night. And out second is going to be James Eden.
James Eden looks to do the same right on the top side. He's right on that fence as he's coming out of 4, takes the green flag for his qualifying run, slides it right up to the fence there in 1 and 2, Brett. This might be an exciting lap here, James. He's certainly one of the quicker guys in this series. Puts it right on the fence coming out of 4. Time's going to be 11.578. Good enough for quick time.
James Eden going 1/10 quicker than Ryan Flatten and 3rd out onto the racetrack. He's been on a hot streak as of late, just coming off the 2012 SimPro Racing Knoxville Nationals Sprint Car Champion is Christopher Bell in that 71 machine. As he comes out of turn number 4, he's already got the green flag. His first lap is going to go quick time with 11.562.
Christopher Bell, interesting note of him, he's actually been doing quite well in the state of Ohio. He's been hired by Rick Ferkel to drive what's affectionately known in the Ohio motorsports community as the Ferkel Circle. Next car out on the track is Kevin J. Holly. Kevin J. Holly looks like he's already taken the green flag, Brett, so he's putting it right back up on the fence there, coming out of turn 4. We'll see what his time here when he crosses the stripe. Kevin J. Holly times in 4th quick with an 11.735.
Yeah, 4th quick there for Kevin J. Holly, and another man who haven't really seen in a midget driving the number 4 Brett Guzik machine for the Keystone crew. He's the It's Fits designed machine man. He's the Catfish Keith Fitzgerald. I believe he finished 4th in the Knoxville Nationals as he runs the bottom in turn 3 and 4. As he's run the bottom so far in 1 and 2 as well, so he's going to go 5th quick with 11.971.
Next car looking like he's rolling out of the track from the 7th spot on the grid there, John, is going to be Chase Briscoe, who actually drives the number 5 USAC car and follows USAC points occasionally with the USAC series. But Chase Briscoe coming out of 4, takes the green flag. Looks like he's going to do what the rest of the guys have done and put it right up on the fence. Looking smooth coming out of turn 2. Slings it back in there, right up next to the wall there in 3 and 4. Drives hard coming out of 4, coming across the stripe. His time is 11.671, good enough for 3rd quick.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe just coming off the Kokomo Speed Week there. In the real life, as we see really cool on the race. Chase Briscoe actually qualified for the AMA and also having some motor problems, I believe it was last night. So really cool down the back straight away in the number 39 machine, a very close friend of yours, Dustin, and he comes out of turn number 4 with a time of 11.895. That's 6th quick.
Yep, Rudy Cool. I think he's actually going to take another lap here. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. He pulls off the track. Next car appearing on the track, I do believe, is the Tyler Walton from Hard 8 Racing Crew. That's the former car of the late and great Donnie Ray Crawford. Tyler Walton looks like he gets going here. Puts it right up there on the high line. That's where the fast guys are running tonight, coming out of 4. Takes the green flag, Brett.
You got to be on the gas straight away, because as soon as you come down out of the pit, down the back straight away, you've actually got to get on it straight away, because as soon as you go past that flag stand, it takes your time straight away. So Tyler Walton goes 8th quick with a 12.085. It's the only man in the 12s right now. All the guys in the 11.9s, 11.6s, and the faster guys are in 11.5s. So out on the racetrack now in grid number 11 is going to be Aaron Rutzel, the B main or the C main bandit, as we like to call him, as he comes out of turn number 2 down the back straight away.
Yep, Aaron Rutzel looks like he's going to follow the Catfish line there and kind of diamond the corner off there in 3 and 4. Comes across the stripe. He times in 6 quick with an 11.862. 11.862 seconds.
Out on the racetrack now from the 12th grid position is going to be TJ Mathick in that number 81 Demon machine. No limits, no laws. Green flag has already been taken as he comes out of turn number 2. TJ Masick now into turn number 3 and 4, running 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. His first lap is going to be a 12.038. That's 9th quick there for TJ Masick.
Next car pulling out of the track is from the 13th spot on the grid. It's going to be John McClellan. John McClellan, a new driver to the SimPro Racing Series. John McClellan looks like he's having a little trouble finding the track there, Brett.
And he's in that number 55, the Vigilante machine, the Red Bull. As he looks like he's having a really bad push there is John McClellan. As he goes into turn number 3 and 4, getting the car awfully sideways. Doesn't look like he's going to take a time there, so McClellan not getting any time lapse just then.
Next car out on the track is going to be MC Gibson, more affectionately known by some of the guys here as Mike. Mike Gibson lives in New York, spends a lot of time here with these SimPro guys, a very dedicated racer to this group of guys. Mike Gibson looks like, oh no, he spins it out in the middle of turns 1 and 2, Brett.
Yeah, not going to take a time there is Mike Gibson, so not going out on the racetrack. So Jared McFarlane in that position number 16th on the grid, in that number 67 machine, the Saldana machine. McFarlane is going to take the green flag this time by as they go into turn number 1 and 2 and runs 3/4 of the way up the racetrack, trying to keep the car nice and straight, but also just getting a little bit taily there as he goes into 3 and 4, running the middle of the raceway. And his first lap time is going to be a 12.518. That's 11th quick there.
Next car out on the track looks like it's the test car from the package here. It's just an all-blue car, no numbers. Going to be Peyton Pierce from the 17th grid position. Peyton Pierce takes the low line out of 4. Actually, we're just heard through the communication here from the radio tower. We're going to have 4 heats tonight as Peyton Pierce looks to take the high line there, coming out at 3 and 4, comes across the stripe. He's going to time in 11th quick with a time of 12.137 seconds.
And looks like it's going to be Gewitz. I got to get out of there because I'm actually in the game, so you might be able to pronounce his name there, Justin, but looks like he's not even going to take a time anyway.
I don't think he had very much practice, but from the 19th grid position here is going to be Andrew Felker, real-life PowerEye midget driver. Andrew Felker, he's certainly a very good commodity here in these midget cars. Let's see if he can put down one heck of a lap here to see if he can't take quick time away from the Oklahoma City Wild man, Christopher Bell.
Yeah, Felker coming out of turn number 3 and 4 looks to be not a bad lap there as he stops the clock with 11.923. 11.923. That's 8th quick there for Andrew Felker. And next out on the racetrack is going to be Logan Seavey from that 20th grid position. Is Logan Seavey as he comes out to take the green flag now.
Logan Seavey runs the bottom line in 1 and 2, looking to be really smooth, trying to do things a different way. All we've seen here during time trials tonight is the fast line is right up on the fence. Logan Seavey pulls hard out of 3 and 4, crosses the line. He's going to be 6th quick with an 11.754. A very nice lap for Logan Seavey. Next car coming out on the track is going to be Snooky, Matt Hoffman, in the 20 Keystone Crew Racing Machine.
Yeah, you've seen Logan Seavey run the bottom as well as Fitzgerald, so Logan Seavey ran the bottom better than what Fitzgerald did just there, but you see Matt Hoffman now already taking the green flag in that number 24 machine. He's from position 21 on the grid now. Hoffman comes out at turn number 3 and 4. What time is Snooky going to take? It's going to be 11.966. 11.966 for the Snooky. That's going to round him out in that 10th spot.
Next out on the track from the 22nd grid position is going to be Nick Ringo. Looks like he had a little bit of trouble getting out on the racetrack with the car of Matt Hoffman being in the way, but Nick Ringo does very well here in the Midget Series. He has a couple of wins. Sticks that THR machine right up on the fence there in 1 and 2, looking really good. He sticks it right back on the fence there in 3 and 4, gets that drive coming out of the corner, crosses the stripe. He's going to time in 7th quick with 11.821 seconds.
Nick Ringo done a bad time there. Obviously, didn't have a setup when he first came in, so I think Christopher Bell may have helped him out with the setup there with 11.821, so 7th quick there for Nikolai Ringo. And number 23 on the grid is going to be Ryan Maguire, who's already taken the green flag as he comes out of position, turn 2 into turn number 3 and 4 now. Ryan Maguire got this car hooked up nicely on top of the fence. He's going to go 3rd quick with 11.654. That's 3rd quick there for Ryan Maguire.
We haven't seen this guy very often, but when he does, look out because all heck is going to break loose. He's going to be the number 4 car of Dalton Dietrich from Pennsylvania. Dalton Dietrich takes the green flag and puts it right on the fence there in 1 and 2. Gets that drive right on the bottom there. We've seen that work very well for some of these guys. He diamonds the corner off there in 3 and 4, gets a nice drive, crosses the stripe with a time of 11.955 seconds, which is going to be good enough for 12th quick.
Yep, and just 2 more guys that come out and qualify. And obviously going to be Gary Maguire next on grid number 21. Hang on, someone else is out on the track again.
I believe they've let Adam Gowitzka take another shot at this, so it crosses the stripe there. Already took the green flag. Adam Gowitzka looking squirrely there, coming out of 3 and 4. Takes a time of 12.776 seconds, so it's good enough for 19th quick.
Okay, well, there you have it, and it looks like I'm not sure whether they're going to let Mike Gibson have another go or not. It seems as though they had Adam Gowitzka have another go, but out on the racetrack in grid number 22 is going to be Gary Maguire running second in points, so you're going to have the 2 guys on top of the charts in the points, running in the last 2 qualifying positions. As Gary Maguire runs the middle of the racetrack and now tries to slide it up, but it's just to see that he's ran the middle of the racetrack, nobody else has, and he goes 15th quick with a 12.028.
And the last car to qualify, I do believe, tonight, Brett, is going to be the number 50 Pepsi Sesco Mopar machine of Bo Brunig in the 22nd grid position. So Bo Brunig looks like he's going to get right on the hammer here. Will it be interesting to see? Will he take quick time away from Chris Bell or not?
I think Chris Bell's taken a lot of quick times here over the past, sort of month or 2 months now. But Bo Brunig is already on the hammer now as he goes into turn number 3 and 4, putting it up right near the wall now. Bo Brunig, he's going to go 3rd quick with an 11.634, 3rd quick for the series points leader.
Not a very bad lap for your point leader, Bo Brunig. Bo Brunig, he's very, very quick in these cars. Man, he knows his way with these cars around these Illinois and Wisconsin tracks. I mean, he's spent a lot of time with the late Kevin Doty, who's won a lot of the races at Angel Park Speedway, the home of midget racing. Bo Brunig, not a very bad driver. But your quick time qualifier tonight is going to be Christopher Bell from Oklahoma City. He's taken multiple quick times here on Dirt TV Live. And now we have the driver of the number 0 Ferkel Circle here in the 410 world, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell, congratulations on your quick time here on the ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Justin.
You're going to have what it takes to win. I know you're very quick in these things, and I know Brett says that you're the guy to beat no matter where we go with these midget cars.
Man, it'd be nice. I think I got the car to do it. It's just a matter of getting the right luck and getting the right brakes.
Now, what about Bo? Bo is such a good driver with these midget cars. Do you think you have the car to beat him for the feature just because he's the guy that preps these tracks? He's out there on the tractor tilling up the dirt. He's the one deciding how much water gets put and where. Certainly he holds most of the cars, but I know you're not a bad driver yourself, so, I mean, you think you got what it takes to beat the points leader?
I think I got the car to beat him. It's just a matter if the driver can get it done or not. We'll see what happens.
Now, Chris, if you want to elaborate, I heard you were in quite the wreck here, was it last night or Friday night, in the Ferkel Circle here in Ohio?
Yeah, we had a little bit of bad luck last night. Got over the end of the racetrack and got her in the fence, but we'll be alright for next week.
Alright, that's, your ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network Quick Time Qualifier, Christopher Bell. Chris, good luck to you, man, and I hope to see you do very well tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Justin.
Brett, I tell you what, this guy, he certainly knows his way around these dirt tracks here in the electronic world, but look for him to possibly be one of the next stars in open wheel racing here, especially, the Fast Series here in the next year or two, and then they're looking for, a possible run at the World of Outlaws here in a few years. So Christopher Bell, certainly an up-and-coming driver. Brett, what's your opinions on him?
My opinion's very high of Chris Bell. He's got the ability to get in any race car and just go fast no matter what he's running. He's certainly got the skill to do it, and he's starting to get the right people behind him as well. So, I wish Christopher Bell all the best of luck. As I've raced with him on here for the last, however long it's been, but he's always been fast online, but he just proves his talent off, in the real world as well. So, I really hope he gets the chance to run with the World of Outlaw guys, because I'm sure we're going to be talking about him in a few years when he becomes the World of Outlaws champion.
Yeah, Chris Bell's certainly not a bad driver, but another guy you should also look out for here in a few years is Andrew Felker. Andrew Felker runs a lot with the Power I Series in real life here on, your Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, them kind of tracks that the Power I Series runs. Andrew Felker's not a bad driver himself, and he actually does do quite well, and he finishes, top 5 quite often with the Power I guys.
It certainly does, and he's also another talent as well. But there's also along with Chase Briscoe as well. He runs with the USAC guys, and Andrew Felker, he's very, very fast and very consistent. Obviously, I think he's the one that's having a bit of bad luck as of race, but I'm sure the bad luck's going to come to an end soon, and they're going to turn that around.
I almost think we should turn around and give Chase Briscoe a nickname. His dad was Frisky Brisky, and I think we should call him Risky Brisky. He certainly likes to put it right on the edge, and sometimes he goes over there, Brett. But Chase Briscoe, he's certainly a really good young wheelman, and certainly he could be one of the up-and-comers in the traditional sprint car racing world. Bell, he's doing it with the wing cars. Briscoe, he's doing it with the non-wing cars. Briscoe's actually had quite a good year. He's actually won quite a few races at Bloomington Speedway this year. And a lot of people in Indiana are very happy for the young driver out of Mitchell, Indiana.
Yes, it's obviously nice to see Chase Briscoe doing well. I think he's running second in the points as well, so he's not afraid to put the car where he wants it to go. And I'm sure if it goes over the edge, I'm sure he'll just get back up there. I think I'm not sure what race it was, but I did believe he started position number 19. He might be able to know what track it was, but he started position 19 and ended up finishing second by about a car or two car lengths off from taking the win. So that's a hell of a drive from Brisky.
Yeah, Chase, a lot of people have had some run-ins with him just because he likes to find that edge, and again, you ride that edge, it's a two-sided sword there. Some nights you're going to be the guy chopping everybody off, and sometimes you're going to get chopped. Chase, certainly I like what I see out of him in real life, and not only, again with the electronic world here with the sim racing that we do here on ETV Live, but, Chase, wonderful kid. He has the right attitude when it comes to racing. So, Chase, look for him to, find some speed here. He's not doing the greatest right now on the speed charts here in open practice here. He's sitting 11th quick, but a lot of these guys, they spend hot laps on the track here trying to dial in their setup. So, heat race comes, look for Chase to go to the front.
Yeah, watch him try and put that number 5 machine in victory lane. So he's always one to watch. I think he's now sitting 7th, but the problem is with the hot laps, everyone's trying to go out there and work on their setups, and it doesn't always pay off. You might be battling with 1 or 2 guys, so it is very difficult to go out there and do a very fast lap in hot laps just while they get the car styled in. So don't let the times just discourage you so far. But we look at James Heaton with an 11.442, so I believe we're just getting the word now from the tower. We are ready to go heat racing action for the first of 4 heat races tonight.
So we're getting ready to see the order put up on there. Let's talk about somebody that's not necessarily a real driver, does a lot of real racing, but somebody that's up and coming. How about Ryan McGuire, brother of the guy that's actually the main modder for this mod here for R Factor, Gary McGuire. But Ryan, he's certainly getting quicker by the week, and he seems to be always finding himself near the top of the speed charts, and he's starting to win heat races. It's only got to be a matter of time, Brett, before we see him in victory lane.
It's all about being consistent, and obviously it's that first win that takes a little bit, to get going. So, I'm sure once he gets that first one out of the way, there's going to be plenty more. But, it is going to be tough to beat guys like Chris Bell, Chase Briscoe, Bo Bruni, Keith Fitzgerald, brother Gary McGuire, Felker, all a bunch of guys you got to go through. So, but nonetheless, heat race number 1. Is on the grid right now, and what a heat race this is. I just had a look through the lineup, and on the pole is Dalton Diedrich, and on the outside of him in that number 3 THR machine is going to be Nick Ringo.
Starting on the inside of road number 2, driving the number 5 midget car from Mitchell, Indiana, is going to be Chase Briscoe, and starting to the outside of him, your quick time qualifier here on the ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network is going to be the Oklahoma City Wildman, Christopher Bell.
On the inside of the 3rd row is going to be TJ Massick, and to the outside of him filling in that 6th spot is going to be Adam Growitzka. So we spoke about Briscoe, we spoke about Bell. Nick Ringo and Dalton Dietrich are on the front row. So look for Bell and Briscoe to make a run with this one as they bring him down the back straight away now. It's going to be 10 laps on the board as Dalton Dietrich and Nick Ringo slowly bring us to the green flag as they just keep the pace. Pace starts to quicken and we go racing down as the green flag has been thrown as they go into 10 and 1 and 2. Briscoe goes straight to the lead and here comes Christopher Bell on the inside of Dalton Dietrich as he pulls a slide. Ringo pulls a slide to Dietrich. No, Dietrich comes back on the lead and the Bell goes into second. He's hot on the heels of Chase Briscoe.
Holy moly, these guys are waging war back here for the third spot. Nick Ringo, he's right on the tail tank of the Oklahoma City Wildman. Looks to the inside of him, coming out of 4. Nick Ringo, he's driving that car really hard, but Christopher Bell looks to the inside, coming out of 2 there. Move Chris Bell up to the lead, coming out of 4 as he puts the slide job on your previous leader, Chase Briscoe.
Ringo gets past Briscoe as well as Briscoe teammates battling out side by side. Now Ringo gets the jump. He gets the middle of the run down the back straight away, but he's your race leader, Christopher Bell, with 4 down and 6 to go as Nick Ringo got something for Christopher Bell.
Chase Briscoe, he's putting it right on the edge. He tried one heck of a slide job there, and he's losing more and more ground, but the battle is heating up there for the first and second spot. Nick Ringo, he's looking to the inside of your leader, Christopher Bell, coming out of 2. You're sitting there nose to tail right up there on the fence coming into 3 and 4. Christopher Bell looks like he's going to get a better drive out of 4 to open up that lead a little bit, Brett.
Yeah, just bang the main straight wall, front stretch wall there going down the main straight away and had to get out of that gas, but man, he's all over the tail tank of Christopher Bell as Nick Ringo got something for him. He goes to throw it on the inside. Bell drives back around him with 2.5 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Nick Ringo looking to the inside, coming out of 2, trying to drive that car really hard. Nick Ringo, a very talented driver, looks like he gets tight. White flag lap, Christopher Bell in the lead. Christopher Bell is going to take a mistake for him. Oh, as they get by the lap car of Adam Gowitzka, Christopher Bell puts it right up on the fence. He's going to be your heat race #1 runner. Second place is going to be Nick Ringo. Third place is going to be Chase Briscoe. Crossing the line in the start, or at the start-finish line is going to be Dalton Dietrich, and it looks like 5th spot's going to go to Adam Gowitzka, and TJ Masick is going to round out your field here for heat race #1 in the 6th spot.
Yeah, Christopher Bell, what an awesome race that was between Bell and Ringo, and obviously I just seen in the chat, obviously most people might not have seen it in the chat there, but words from Chris Bell, wow Nick, you were freaking fast. So Christopher Bell knows that Nick Ringo was all over the back of him.
Man, I tell you what, you know, Nick Ringo, he certainly knows what he's doing with these cars. He put on one heck of a show, giving Christopher Bell all he had. Man, I tell you what though, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be them 2 racing for the race win tonight, Brett.
Yeah, who knows, and let's see if we can get Christopher Bell in the booth, and Justin, believe you're standing by the heat race #1 winner, Christopher Bell.
Quick time qualifier, and now heat race #1 winner is going to be Christopher Bell. Chris Bell, tell me about that battle with Nick Ringo. I mean, he was hot on your tail tank.
Man, Nick was extremely fast. I got pretty lucky there. The track was as narrow as what it was. He probably could have got by me if there was a little bit easier way to pass. But with the top being so heavy, you can't really. It's hard to even do a slide job because the top is so fast in entry.
How about that start by Chase Briscoe? I mean, he dropped the hammer. It looked like for a minute there he was just going to take off and leave you guys in the dust. I mean, do you think he jumped the start, or do you think he actually just got one heck of a run coming out of 4?
I saw Ringo and Dietrich in the front row got together and kind of bobbled and lobbied to get by Ringo and Dietrich, I believe, and then Briscoe, I don't know if his car was too tight, but it seemed like he couldn't quite get all the way up in the cushion where he needed to be.
Now this track's a very high bank track, and I know that bottom's going to need a lot to come in here for the feature racing. So, have you had the chance to possibly look at what Bo has in mind for the feature? Do you think we might see some good 2-wide, maybe 3-wide racing here for the feature?
I would assume so. The bottom right now still's got a little bit of grease on it, so once that gets worked in, it'll come in nice, and then the top's just going to get slower, so it should be a pretty good racetrack for us for the feature.
Alright, Chris, I know you got some guys to give a quick shout out to here, so go ahead and give those guys a shout out now.
And I gotta give a huge thanks to Bo and Gary and the whole SPR crew for putting on races Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's awesome to have something to do whenever you're not actually racing during the weekend. And then also a big shout out to the ETV guys. They do an awesome job broadcasting, and it sure makes it a lot a lot more fun to race whenever you're getting broadcasted.
Well, I appreciate the compliment there, and I'm sure Brett and JD and John appreciate that as well. But that's your heat race #1 winner and quick time qualifier, Christopher Bell. Chris, good luck in the future, and we'll hope to see you do well tonight.
Yeah, I've already just dragged him out of the room, so heat race #2, already getting put onto the grid now, so I'm just waiting to get the grid now. On the pole is going to be Matt Hoffman. To the outside of him is going to be Aaron Rutzel.
Starting in the row #2 on the inside is going to be Ryan Flatten in that 21 hot dog machine, and to the outside of him, a very good up-and-comer here in the SPR series, James Eden.
Yeah, Tyler Walton will start position #5, and on the position #6 on the outside of the third row is going to be John McClellan. So just wait for the guys to take off now, and it is going to be Matt Hoffman, like I said, and Aaron Rutzel on the front row. So look for Snooky, hopefully make a charge in this one, but also look for Ryan Flatten and James Eden as the faster guys are coming from row #2.
You know, it makes an interesting point there as we're getting ready to take the green flag here. Is do you really think that inside line has a disadvantage here on the start?
Not really. I personally don't think it does. You know, I think it's fairly even. You know, if the pole guy can get away really quickly, you know, they can certainly run it up to turn #1 and 2 and put it up the top side as well. But man, Matt Hoffman was sleeping on the start, and Aaron Rutzel goes straight to the lead with James Eden all over the back of him now as he goes full of slide and blade bang wheels there. Going out of turn 4, but it's Ryan Flatten now starting to make a charge as Eden goes to the inside of Rutzel, and Rutzel drives back around him.
Rutzel, he certainly knows how to wheel a dirt car as well. Runs very well with the ASCS guys, but coming hard from that third spot is Brian Flatten. He's right on the tail tank of James Eden's. They're looking 3 wide out of 4, Brett.
And that's actually turn 2. They're going into 3 and 4 now. It's Ryan Flatten wheels, James Eden, and Flatten is upside down. Flatten is out of the event.
Green flag still on the speedway here. Aaron Rutzel gets in the wall there and allows James Eden to run right back up on him. They're coming out of 3 and 4 there. Rutzel certainly having trouble, and trouble for your leader. He goes upside down, flipping 3-4 times there in turns 1 and 2, Brett.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. We have Hoffman out, Flatten out, McClellan out, and Aaron Rutzel out. Actually, McClellan's still going. He's third, so man, Tyler Walton and James Eden. Well, James Eden has got the luck of the night so far as he virtually got handed the lead after Rutzel drove it into the wall. James Eden done the same thing, but Rutzel went upside down. Eden's got out of the gas now with 3 to go as we've got a yellow on the raceway.
I believe that might be for the car of John McClellan. John McClellan, he's new here to the SimPro series. Certainly getting a bunch of luck from the misfortunes of Aaron Rutzel and Ryan Flatten, and certainly Matt Hoffman. But John, he's hanging in there. I mean, new to these midget cars. I mean, these cars are really tough to drive. I mean, I tried to do that very often, and it's hard for me, Brett, to find any speed with those cars.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I got bow burning in my ear as well on whisper. So nonetheless, you know, John McClellan might have spun the car around when the leader was coming, so the yellow was thrown. But James Eden and Tyler Walton and John McClellan are the only 3 cars left on the racetrack. I really expect James Eden to run away with this one with what, 5 laps to go? Well, 4 laps to go.
Brett, I gotta tell you, you must be driving this pace truck. This thing's creeping around the racetrack, and your leader, James Eden, is trying to pull a cold trickle and shove this thing around the racetrack.
Oh, that's, you know, that one Pablo Montoya, but no, sorry, wrong division category, and I realised I'm going to jet right on the back of the car. But you know, they had problems with this pace truck before, and they've obviously just tried to fix it. I think you were driving it with a 6-pack of brewski in the front, and you just couldn't get in the pit lane. But nonetheless, we'll try again. Looks like they're going to go green flag racing next time by.
James Eden's, he's certainly getting to be much faster here in the dirt racing world. You know, Tyler Walton, John McClellan, they're upstarts here in the community. You know, every lap that they get on these tracks is just another lap closer towards these guys actually possibly looking at a win of some sort.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, but obviously you've got to practice a fair bit, and you know, you can't just come on here and expect to be fast and run with the fast guys straight away. It does take time, but nonetheless, James Eden is going to lead us to the green flag.
James Eden's very slow pace coming out of 4, stands on it, green flag, back in the air, 3 laps to go here. James Edens sticks her right up on the fence. He's already out by a country mile over second place, Tyler Walton.
Yeah, James Edens getting a good start. He's virtually going to run away with this one in 3 guys. Left running is Tyler Walton sitting there in second. Looks like he's got a flat right rear or something, but car is not handling.
Coming out of turn number 4, white flag for your leader, James Edens. James Edens has a half-track lead over Tyler Walton. He's actually extending that lead very much, almost 3/4 to almost a full lap here, coming across to take the checker flag. James Edens is going to finish first, obviously, and then in second spot, having a lot of trouble is Tyler Walton. Tyler Walton, I don't know what's wrong with his car there, but, oh, flat right rear, just right down on the rim, Brett.
Yeah, I said that before. He was having trouble a few laps ago. He must have banged it into the wall. And yeah, flat right rear is not going to help your cause, but thank God for Tyler Walton. There was only 1.5 laps to go when it obviously made damage to that right rear.
As we're waiting to get word here with James Edens, that was certainly interesting. I was actually expecting Ryan Flatten to make a hard charge there for the lead there, but unfortunate luck for him. Put the midget up on the bike, but now we're standing by with your heat race number 2 winner, James Edens. James, that was certainly an interesting race there. Your main contenders there seemed to have a lot of trouble with Aaron Rutzel banging the wall a lot, and Ryan Flatten right behind you. He put it up on the bike.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. It was only 10 laps. I expected it to be a little better than that, but it happens sometimes.
Now tell us just how kind of hard it is to wheel these cars. I mean, these cars, look very twitchy in the center of the corner. It does take a lot of practice to drive these cars. I mean, is that a fair assumption?
Oh yeah. If you don't put a lot of time in and get a good setup, you can just kind of be all over the place, bouncing off the wall and stuff.
Most certainly, and before we get you out of here, do you think you have a good shot to run down that madman from Oklahoma City, Christopher Bell?
Yeah, I think we got a chance tonight. It'll be a good race, I think.
Well, I hope to see you certainly do well. I want to see 3-4 wide racing. Have you had a chance to look at what Bo's put down for the feature?
Yeah, I've checked out the track a little bit. It should be pretty good.
Alrighty then, I know you got some guys to give a big shout out to. Go ahead and give them a quick shout out here as we get ready for heat race number 3.
I'd like to give a shout out to all the guys that teamed me back for helping get in the setup. Just all the support they give.
That was James Edens, your heat race number 2 winner. And Brett, it's going to be interesting. James Edens is a very good and up-and-coming driver. Makes the occasional mistake, but that's just lack of racing experience. So James Edens, showing strong here tonight at the Peoria Speedway. As I'm getting word here, Brett, we might go racing here shortly.
Yeah, they're obviously just loading the grid up now, and they flick it over right now. So heat race number 3 on the grid, and on the pole is the Catfish. Keith Fitzgerald to the outside of him. The cool one in Really Cool.
Starting inside row number 2, in the 3rd spot's going to be Kevin J. Holly. He's really good with these midget cars. I'd be interested to see if he likes to roll the bottom there at the start. And starting to the outside of him in the 4th spot, driver of the number 50 Pepsi Sesco Mopar machine is going to be Bo Brunig, your points leader.
Peyton Pierce will start out at position number 5. And it looks like that might be it. Not sure why Matt Hoffman is off the grid. So it looks like Matt Hoffman is starting session. Might just see if we can get a word with Bo just regarding that.
And while we're getting word on that, it's going to be probably 5 cars here for 10 laps. Very talented drivers with Keith Fitzgerald, Rudy Cool, Kevin J. Holly, and Bo Brunig, your top 4. As Keith Fitzgerald paces the field, coming into 3 and 4. He's looking to stand on the gas. The green is in the air, and we are green flag racing here in heat race number 3.
Heat race number 3, and it's the Catfish Fitzgerald. As he got a jump on Rudy Cool, like I said. We said about it last time. That inside line if they can just take a good start, they can go straight to the top, and that's exactly what he did. But Matt Hoffman is up and into the wall, so he's just been kicked out by the Sir Bradman, who wasn't in this race. But Fitzgerald is your race leader over Rudy Cool. Kevin J. Holly's in the 3rd, and Bo Brunig in that 4th spot.
Battle looks to be heating up here for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Kevin J. Holly in the third spot. He's running down your second place runner right now, and Rudy Cool. Bo Brunig's back in fourth spot, looking like he's having trouble with the setup here for the heat track.
Looks like, well, I can just see Kevin J. Holly's got a penalty here, so we'll try and let the admins know, but Fitzgerald is really on a move.
Most certainly. Oh, Keith Fitzgerald makes a mistake, and right on his tail tank coming out of turn number 4 is going to be Rudy Cool. Fitzgerald into the wall again on the main straight. Rudy Cool looks to the bottom. You might have a new race leader. Keith Fitzgerald up on the fence. Rudy Cool makes a mistake, and Kevin J. Holly might make a capitalization on that error by Rudy Cool.
Yeah, what an error from Fitzgerald is Rudy Cool. Almost going to the inside. He's going to throw a slide job on top of it. No! Fitzgerald drives back around. And here comes Holly trying to get around Rudy Cool now. That's Cool. Switches to the bottom. No, slides it up to the top side now. Down the back straight away. Your races for the lead between Fitzgerald and Cool. Holly sitting there in third and not letting him get too far away.
2 lap go. We're running single file up on the high side coming out of turn number 2. Keith Fitzgerald puts it right back up on the fence. So it's been a fast line all night long. Keith Fitzgerald takes the white flag, makes a mistake, gets into the wall. Rudy Cool's right there. We might see a pass for the lead coming into 4. Rudy Cool puts it right on the tail tank. I don't think he has enough. And no, Keith Fitzgerald's going to be your heat race number 3 winner, closely followed behind by second place Rudy Cool. Kevin J. Holly takes the 3rd spot. Bo Brunig finishes 4th. Peyton Pierce rounds out the 5 runners in this heat race off the track in the 5th spot.
I tell you what, Kevin J. Holly was the fastest car on the racetrack. He was the fastest car with 11.479 in that heat race. So Kevin J. Holly was sitting there. He was 3rd, and Justin, I believe he's standing with the catfish in Keith Fitzgerald.
Yes, I'm standing by the catfish of Keith Fitzgerald. Keith, that was certainly an interesting drive. I mean, you know, was the setup just a little squirrely there, causing you to get into the wall a couple times around the main straight?
You know, for me, I'm not too experienced in these cars, so you know, I had a bit of trouble getting a feel for the setup, and it was actually quite the opposite. I had the car too tight on the exit of the corner, so kind of try and get the car loose mid-corner, and you know, would have to sacrifice a little bit on the straightaway. But all in all, it just comes down to a bit of inexperience and a whole lot of luck getting the heat race win tonight. So
now, Keith, I understand you're making a lot of progress with the micro sprint mod, and that's actually going to be one of the featured divisions here at SimPro here in the upcoming season. So what's the status going on with the new mod?
There seems to be an awful lot of talk about that here lately. Yeah, just recently I teamed up with Gary and RJ over at SimPro, and they're working together with me and on the physics and the UI and all the other things to get the mod, you know, going and out and everything, because I've had a good bit of trouble with it myself. So very thankful to have them on board, and we've made gobs of progress just in the last 2 to 3 weeks or so on it. I'm going to be a little hesitant to make the announcement, but we do have plans to put out a public beta within the next probably few days to a week at the absolute most. I know I've made that claim before, but this time, I promise it's true.
Well, Keith, where can we find like a Facebook page or a website to get these cars? Where can I direct these people to?
Currently, the only place that I have any sort of updates going on for it is just on my own personal Facebook page. Just search Keith Fitzgerald on there, and you'll see a goofy-looking guy with bad hair, and that's definitely me. So, I'm sure in the coming days, once we start to make more public progress and stuff like that on the mod, we'll put up a portion of it on the SimPro Racing Facebook page, and so on, and we'll start to you know, become more publicly available with it.
Now, Keith, before we get you out of here, I gotta say congratulations on your heat race win, and go ahead and give some guys a few shout-outs there. I know you're hooked up with quite a few guys lately.
Thanks, man. Yeah, just really giving a big, huge shout-out to the Keystone crew. They provided me a midget for the race tonight, and also a car for the Nationals just past week. So, yeah, just definitely a lot of thanks to the Keystone crew, and also to SimPro and at the ETV and everybody that's involved in putting the league on, and also, again, like I said, SimPro for helping out with the micro mod. Thanks, guys.
That was your heat race number 3 winner, Keith Fitzgerald, the Catfish. And Brett, I tell you what, come to a slick track, look for that guy to be, again, he's the Catfish. He's going to be right down on them tires on the inside. So let's hope that Keith Fitzgerald can keep it out of the tires tonight.
I'm sure he will. He's very experienced. And, man, I thought he was describing you with a goofy looking head and give you a bunch of hair. So it looks like we're not sure what we're doing next, Justin, but couldn't quite hear what JD was saying just there.
I believe we're going to go to heat race number 4 here. And I believe we're going to have to restart it here. Not the correct laps on the board here. But look like we're going to have Gary McGuire on the pole and Andrew Felker to the outside of him, starting in the 2nd spot.
Position number 3 is going to be Logan Seavey. To the outside of him in position number 4 is going to be Ryan McGuire.
Starting inside row number 3 is going to be Jared McFarland in the 67, and starting to the outside of him, a late entry tonight, is going to be Jamal T. Tookie James Ringo.
Yeah, Jamal Ringo there, starting position number 6. So let's see if James Ringo, can have a little bit of luck, like his brother did, Nick Ringo, in the first heat race. So Ringo not doing any laps, just coming in blind. Another thing that also makes you go blind, but you know, we won't say that here. But man, Andrew Felker and Gary McGuire, what a front row!
How about that guy in the back, James Ringo? We've seen him do it before from the back. What's to say he can't do it now? Gary McGuire, he's keeping kind of a slow pace, looking to get the jump there as we're getting ready to roll through 3 and 4 to take the green flag, Brett.
Yeah, look at James Ringo and also Brian McGuire as well. So got both the McGuire brothers here tonight in this heat race. As the green gets thrown, and it looks like Andrew Felker got a good jump on Gary McGuire, but look at Ryan McGuire going around Logan Seavey. He beat him right rear, and Ryan McGuire is around.
Tough luck for Ryan McGuire. He qualified 4th quick tonight, up-and-coming driver, but the battle is on for the 2nd spot. And oh no, James Ringo upside down. Logan Seavey fed him a right rear, and man, did James Ringo take one heck of a ride as we have caution on the speedway here.
Yeah, I believe Logan Seavey actually got into Gary McGuire, so he likes to hit the McGuire brothers. So Logan Seavey, you know, just wrecking half the field there and turning around Gary McGuire, which got into James Ringo, and that's why he was upside down.
Tough luck for the guy that was late entry. He was all the way up to 3rd already after just 2 laps here. Andrew Felker looks like he's got the inside track. Can Logan Seavey keep it out of the leader, Andrew Felker? It's got to be decided, Brett. But, man, we got a stout field there in the top 4. Any one of these 4 guys can certainly win this heat race.
And we just heard Logan Seavey being sent to the rear for the cause of that caution, but you know, in 1 lap he managed to take out 2 brothers, so you know, it was nonetheless. But Andrew Felker did happen to get a good start. Gary McGuire, as the pace truck goes into the infield, or the pit lane, I should say. Andrew Felker's just sitting back there a bit, so Andrew Felker's been dropped back 2 spots for jumping the start, maybe, which is going to give the lead to Jared McFarland.
Jared McFarland picks up the pace, stands on the gas as we're green flag back again at heat race number 4. Jared McFarland gets a nice jump over Gary McGuire, who's up to the 2nd spot. Andrew Felker, after the 2-spot penalty, falls back to the 4th spot with a contact there with Ryan McGuire coming out of 2.
Yeah, Gary McGuire goes to the inside. He puts a slow job on Jared McFarland as McFarland goes back underneath McGuire. They run single file up the top side. Here comes Ryan McGuire starting to catch brother Gary.
Gary McGuire's putting the heat on Jared McFarland for the lead. He's right on the tail tank looking at anything he can do to get around him on this very fast, tight quarter-mile racetrack. Gary McGuire closes the gap coming out of 4.
A single file, but these guys are running very close. They run different lines in the show, but when it comes to the turns 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, they're really close to the battle. He's up for the 2nd spot as Ryan McGuire goes to the inside, but look at Felker going around Ryan McGuire. Felker has found something in the last couple of laps as he goes to the inside now, trying to get underneath Gary McGuire, and also picks up both the McGuires in 1 lap. Felker's on the charge.
The brothers McGuire making very critical mistake here in the late stages of heat race number 4. Jared McFarland, he's out front by half a second over Andrew Felker in the second spot. 2 laps to go here as Andrew Felker seems to be every lap trying to reel in your leader, Jared McFarland.
Wow, Andrew Felker, his quick lap is 11.457. That's some of the quickest lap I've seen here tonight. But Felker, guarantee he's going to throw a slide to inside of the 3 and 4. He's going to do it. No, he's not. McFarland's going to hang on. The heat race number 4, Felker. He's going to finish second. Gary Maguire third. Ryan Maguire fourth. Logan Seavey fifth. And James Ringo finishes in that 6th spot.
Takes a little luck, but how about the heat race win for Jared McFarland? He's kind of an underdog here in this series, but Jared McFarland seems to get better with each week that passes by here on the ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network. Jared McFarland, man, what a drive. I mean, one heck of a drive, man. Jared McFarland, where did he pull that from? He's finding speed that I just didn't think he had.
Yeah, he's getting faster and faster each race, and yeah, that's good to see. But we'll see if we can get him in here for a quick chat. We'll send you down pit lane. So see if we can get a chat with Jared McFarland.
As we're waiting for Jared McFarland to come. And now I'm made my way down here, and I'm standing by heat race number 4 winner, Jared McFarland. Jared, that was quite strange events that unfolded there in front of you, but you ended up taking a win. You look like you have a very fast car. Tell us how that went.
Went pretty good. I got lucky there with everybody getting pushed behind me, and just kind of stayed smooth and kept them behind me. They tried what they could, but I just kind of stayed up there.
Now, I've watched you improve over the past few weeks here, and you're certainly looking like you're turning into quite the driver there and just working on how to set up these cars. Do you think you have what it takes to possibly make it in the top 5 or maybe a podium?
I'm certainly getting pretty close. Like, there's a lot of these guys are pretty good, like Chris and stuff. He's been helping me out with setups and stuff. I'm learning how to run these cars, and yeah, I'm certainly getting close. I might be able to do it.
But Jared, I mean, it was as much work as it takes. You know, what's your outlook for the main? Are you pretty certain you got a top 5 car, top 10 car? You know, where do you expect Jared McFarland to be when the checker flag falls after 30 laps here at Peoria?
I definitely expect to be in the top 10, but yeah, I think I could make into the top 5, and who knows, I might get lucky and might be some problems up front and maybe get up to the front.
Well, certainly sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. It's evidenced by some of the races that I've had here at the SimPro League, and I gotta wish you luck tonight. It's certainly good to see you in victory lane, but I know you got some guys to give a shout out to. Go ahead and give them a shout out here on ETV Live.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Christopher Bell for helping me out with setups, and to Zach Anthony for getting me into all this stuff.
That was your heat race number 4 winner, Jared McFarland. And Brett, I've seen a lot of stuff unfolding here in the chat box here in the game here. A lot of these guys are voicing their displeasure with each other here from heat race number 4.
Oh, it's some of the funniest things I've ever read, and I'm even getting involved in it as well. You know, that might be a bit of controversy, but it's all a bit of fun. A lot to stir up the pot.
A lot of guys are voicing their displeasure with each other over some of the contact early on there with heat race number 4, and I think the admins might have a say in this before it's all said and done, but Logan Seavey making quite the threat to Andrew Felker.
Obviously, I wasn't happy with the way he drove, but he might have to do a Tony Stewart and throw his helmet as they drive through pit lane, but nonetheless, the admins will get it sorted out, and I'm sure that'll be the end of that discussion.
I certainly hope so. These guys, if they can keep their heads straight here at the short track here, Peoria Speedway. Again, it's a 1/4 mile high bank clay oval, so it's tight racing. A lot of attitudes might fly here as the A main approaches here.
Yeah, tempers will flare. I think we're going to have 30 lap A main here, so we're just coming through now. We're going to do a 30 lap A main, so Justin Believer's going to take a quick commercial break, and we're back here shortly, back on ETV Live.
All right. Welcome back to SimPro Racing here at Peoria Speedway, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, some heat races just taking place here. What a night, short track style here. And these guys are getting heated up and getting ready to rumble. I'll tell you what, a little bit of drama happening down there around the garage or pit area. So let's turn it back up to the booth to Brett Wheeler and Justin Rose now.
Yeah. Thanks, JD and Justin. A little bit of controversy in the chat still going through, but yeah, nonetheless, it's all a bit of fun, and yeah, some kids really need to grow when it comes to online racing.
Unfortunately, that is one of the side effects when you put 13-year-olds with 30-year-olds. I mean, you know, somebody's going to stir the pot, and Brett, you're certainly helping to stir the pot there. Certainly with some of the controversies from heat race number 4, but as we're looking here towards the A main here, the track slicked off quite a bit. You know, your quick time qualifier was 11.5 seconds. We've actually slowed down all the way to 13.5 seconds. So that's 2 full seconds a lap that we've actually slowed down these cars, Brett.
Yeah, just looking at the track now, and as we look at Ringo and Fitzgerald, as Ringo was just come out on the racetrack and Fitzgerald was running the bottom like we said he would, but man, Nick Ringo's still putting that race car on top of the cushion, running it right up on the wall.
I still think that the top line is going to be the place to be here at Peoria, and I tell you what, you know, these guys are certainly ready to go, but the command is going on right now. These guys are firing these cars up, and we're going to be set for 30 laps here at Peoria Speedway. Now, here is your starting lineup here on the ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network. On the pole is going to be Kevin J. Holly, and starting to the outside of him is going to be Risky Brisky, Chase Briscoe.
Brian Maguire will start position number 3. Bo Bruni, the points leader, is going to start position number 4.
Inside row number 3 is going to be James Edens, and starting to the outside of him is going to be the Oklahoma City Wildman, Christopher Bell.
Starting position number 7 is going to be Logan Seavey. To the outside of him is going to be Nick Ringo.
Starting inside row number 5 is going to be Aaron Russell, and to the outside of him is going to be the cool one, Rudy Cool.
What we're all way up to. So Andrew Fergal will start position 11, Dalton Dietrich. Then you got Matt Hoffman, Fitzgerald, Gary Maguire, Peyton Pierce, Jared McFarlane, and then the rest of the guys. But looks like Nick Ringo's asking for a restart there. As they go, green flag racing, this is Kevin J. Holly. Yeah, good start on Briscoe. As Briscoe tries to come back underneath. As Briscoe goes to the bottom.
They're too wide there as Kevin J. Holly gets in the wall, makes a mistake. Chase Briscoe's right hot on the tail, but James Edens, he's running that bottom line. He might be the guy to watch here as these guys try to run the top line there. Mistakes can be made up here at Peoria.
Yeah, I just see Logan Seavey again, just wheeling Aaron Russell now. It's really cool. And Andrew Falk, they bang wheels! Oh, they bang wheels going the other way straight away. So,
I believe the admins have called for a restart here. They did not like the way the race started there, so a bit of a late call there by management here, but nonetheless, hopefully we see a better start here and maybe some cleaner action here.
Yeah, well, obviously, like I said, I think they're about 2 or 3 laps into it there, but you know they get a restart. Man, really cool. And Andrew Felker, we're starting to come through, the field.
As the field begins to roll out behind the pace truck here, I mean, guys from the back of the pack that certainly to look for is going to be Keith Fitzgerald. I mean, barring any accidents and mishaps here on the racetrack, he might actually come from the 14th starting position and actually do quite well. But the pace truck is off. 30 laps on the board. Kevin J. Holly's going to roll him into 3, and Brett, you can take us to green again.
He leaves the green, take number 2, he said. But Briscoe's getting a drive-through penalty. We'll let the admins clear that one up as they do now, but Kevin J. Holly getting a good start as he bangs the wall, but look at James in as he goes to the inside of Chase Briscoe, but Briscoe runs the top side. He's in second. We go back through the battle, the sort of positions 5 as Bo Bruni, Gary Maguire, and here comes Christopher Bell as Ryan Maguire is upside down in a big way.
Holy cow, these cars are just going at it. all over this track. I mean, there's guys 4 and 5 wide here on the racetrack for the 6th, 7th, and 8th position here. Christopher Bell, he's looking like he's going to have a tough time getting up front here. We're 2 wide coming out of 4th. Gary McGuire's on the bottom, Brett.
Gary McGuire on the bottom, man. Fitzgerald, he's back there in about 18th spot, but with Gary McGuire on the bottom, here comes Christopher Bell on top. Gary McGuire come from about position number 16 or so, and he's up into the 7th slot as Seavey getting into the wall and not making too much ground there, but Bo Bruni goes underneath him, but your race leader is Kevin J. Holly.
The guys are coming from the bottom. They're moving up slowly but surely. Chase Briscoe up top. James Eaton's on the bottom for the 2nd spot. These guys are sitting there, only a 10th separates them on the racetrack right now, coming out of 2.
Tell you what, I've got the track details and everything high, so I can see where the guys are running. In turns 3 and 4, no one has ran through the middle of the raceway. It's all top and bottom. You might see 1 or 2 cars slide through the bottom, but man, I'll tell you what, there is a top and a bottom here at this racetrack as James Eaton slides roughly through the middle part of the raceway as Christopher Bell now shuts the door on Bo Bruni as Bell goes to the bottom side.
Bo Bell up to the 5th spot. He's coming, but he might run out of laps here. This place is only a quarter mile. The laps are going by at 13 seconds a lap. Chris Bell drives it hard out of the bottom. Bo Bruni, they're 3 wide into turn 1.
Oh, and Bruni almost making contact. Bell goes up into the 4th spot as he got under Logan Seavey now. Logan Seavey trying to come back around on the top side. Here comes James Eaton. I wonder if we're going to have more blocking, what we've seen on tarmac, but we are on dirt, so... Oh, Bell makes a mistake. That allows Seavey to get back around him. Bell makes another mistake. He makes 2 in 1 corner, and that's uncharacteristic like of Christopher Bell.
Chris Bell certainly making the critical mistakes that's going to prevent him from taking another victory here on ETV Live, but we got a battle ensuing here as the leader's getting the lap traffic. Chase Briscoe's all over the tail tank of your leader, Kevin J. Holly.
Yeah, wow, that lap car of John McClellan, he was really proving to be a tough lap car. Seen a few of them lately, but Bell shuts the door on him. But Bell now, he's up in the 4th as he gets around James Ringo, who was sitting on the infield. So look at Briscoe trying to make a move on Kevin J. Holly. Now Holly goes back around him, 12.5 down with about 17 laps to go this time by. Holly makes a mistake. Briscoe throws the slider. Holly comes back underneath, but here comes Logan Seavey. Oh, running into the back of Briscoe now as he pulls a slide job as we got a yellow flag on the raceway.
I believe the caution car might actually be Matt Hoffman, who's actually pulled it off the racetrack. Matt Hoffman, probably your cause here for the caution, as we are almost halfway. So when we take the green flag, I believe we're going to be 14 laps in and 16 to go.
Wow, what a race this is proving to be between Holly and Briscoe and then Seavey. But that allows Christopher Bell to now punch the pack back up. You're going to bring these guys closer together.
Brett, one thing I'm noticing as the race goes on, it looks like this track's taking a lot of rubber in the middle, so I don't think, you know, barring a mistake, that Kevin J. Holly, if he stays clean, on the green flag, I don't think anybody's got anything for him. This track just looks to be very, very hard to pass, almost too tough.
Yeah, you've really got to run the bottom all the top, and it looks like they're fighting over position between Briscoe and Seavey. But you know what? Briscoe's a teammate of mine. But in my eyes, when the yellow came out, I did think Seavey did pull that slide job. But nonetheless, Chase Briscoe's going to take that 2nd spot. So Logan Seavey just giving it back to Briscoe there. As Holly gets back on the gas now. Seavey getting all out of shape, losing 1-2 spots to Christopher Bell and James Eaton. As Seavey's now falling back to 5th, but then we are going to have a race between Briscoe, Holly and Bell. As Bell now runs the bottom in almost 3 wide as Bell goes into the 2nd spot. He's running the bottom, Holly on the top side now. Can Holly get back around Bell? And Bell is just rolling the throttle, rolling the race car on the bottom of the racetrack.
These guys are throwing it at each other here. They're 3 wide out of turn 4. Give the lead to Kevin J. Holly. Move Chase Briscoe to 2nd. Bell's still running that bottom, back in 3rd spot. I don't know, once these guys get rolling on the top, that Chris Bell's going to have anything for him on the bottom.
Only time will tell, but man, Chris Bell is really working this race car. There is not a lot between less than 0.3 of a second between the top 3 drivers now, as James Eden almost pushes Christopher Bell out of the way. Wouldn't be surprised if he did. As we go to the leader, it's 8/1000 of a second between Holly, Bell and Briscoe.
You have a new leader out of turn number 2, Chris Bell up to the lead. Kevin J. Holly makes a critical mistake, and we got a battle for second spot. James Eden feeds a right rear to Risky Brisky. Oh my goodness, tough luck for Chase Briscoe as he falls back to the 3rd spot.
Look at this, Bell has gone straight back to the top side. Now he's going to protect that top side. I don't know why he would have gone to the top. He was fast on the bottom as Briscoe just bangs the wall. And Briscoe now feeds James Eden, gives him a favour. He says, payback, brother. As Briscoe is now starting to come after Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell, once he gets out front with these midget cars, you can kiss him goodbye. This is his race to lose here as we're inside of 10 laps to go. Chase Briscoe, it looks like he's doing everything he can do to chase him down, but man, I just don't think he has the car to do it. James Edens is sitting there running single file there in 3rd spot. Kevin J. Holly on 4th. Bo Brunig in 5th. Logan Seavey back in the 6th spot. Nick Ringo's in the 7th spot. Rudy Cool's back in the 8th spot. And battling for 9th and 10th right now is going to be Aaron Russell and Gary McGuire.
You're talking about top 5s earlier. Bo Brunig, I think it was 11 out of 17 top 5s and 15 out of 17 the top 10s, but he's sitting there in 5th, and this is why he's the points leader, because he's staying out of trouble and just finishing races. But nonetheless, with 5 laps to go, 5 fingers in the air for your race leader as James Edens, he goes underneath Chase Briscoe now and takes over the 2nd spot. Has Edens got something? But Bell now, he ducks to the inside, side by side down the back straightaway. With 4 laps to go this time by. Edens on the bottom, Bell on the top side. Bell gets the ride out of turn 4, but James Edens is your race leader.
Slide job move. James Edens to the lead. Crossover move by Christopher Bell. They make contact going into turns 3 and 4. I think James Edens might have the car to do it. Coming out of turn number 4, we got 4 laps to go. Move Chris Bell back to the lead with a slide job. No, James Edens powers around him on the outside going into 3 and 4.
That's what I see. James Edens seen Bell ran the bottom when he took the lead. Oh, the lap car! Got the color now. Almost stopping up James Eden. Oh, we have got a yellow flag with 2 laps to go. Wow.
Wow, 2 laps to go. We're going to have a green-white checker shootout. Bo Brunig, because of the contact there with the lap car, and Chase Briscoe is going to move all the way up to the 3rd spot. Kevin J. Holly is going to be in 4th spot. Nick Ringo in 5th. But man, we're going to have 2 laps to go when we take the green flag, and I think we're going to see us one hell of a wreck fest. Man, these guys are going to be throwing each other slide jobs and trying to beat each other right rears like, you know, you got a sick person trying to eat chicken noodle soup, man. I tell you what, these guys are absolutely nuts when it comes to a green-white checker and these things.
Green-white checker, I'll guarantee, if James Eden doesn't go to the bottom, Bell will. If James Eden is going to block that bottom line for 2 laps, watch Bell go to the top side, so I think it's going to play a massive part when they go into turn number 1 and 2.
Well, whichever one takes the other, I guarantee you, one or the other, they're going to do the exact opposite thing. I think James Edens has got his mind on that inside line, and really, for the last couple laps, he was actually rolling that bottom a lot better than Chris ever did. So it's going to take a pretty strong run on the top by Chris Bell to actually get back in the lead. But James Edens, can he do it? His first race victory here at the SimPro Series. I think he might have the car to do it, but the pace truck is off. 2 laps to go. Green-white checker here on ETV Live. James Edens rolls it into 3 and 4 very slowly, looking to stand on the gas and get back to green flag racing. As we stand on the gas, James Edens gets a nice jump. Chris Bell the inside in turn 1.
Said he was going to go to the bottom if James Eden didn't block it. He went to the bottom, but James Eden now shuts the door in turn 2 and 4. Both of goes to the top. The white flag is in the air. Can James Eden hang on for his first midget race win, or is Bell going to spoil the party again? Eden's on the top, Bell on the bottom, down the back straight away. James Eden is going to shut the door and come out of turn number 4. He's going to take out tonight's 30-lap main event. James Eden wins. Christopher Bell 2nd. Bo Brunig 3rd. Gary McGuire 4th. And Rudy Cool rounds out the top 5.
What a drive for Rudy Cole coming from deep in the field. Rudy Cole salvages a top 5 finish tonight here, but he had a lot of contact there at the start-finish line with Logan Seavey and Andrew Felker. These guys were racing balls to the wall here at the green-white checker, but I gotta say congratulations to James Eaton's. Man, that was one heck of a run. He certainly went to the bottom at the right time and snookered good old Christopher Bell.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin J. Holly is not happy with another with Logan C. But man, these we were right. Tempers were going to fly. This is just going to see if we can get Christopher Bell and Bo Brunig now. As Bo Brunig is in the booth and Christopher Bell. See if we can get Christopher Bell in here right now.
Well, as we're waiting on the top 3 to make their way up so we can get a good interview with them, but Brett, man, these guys, they certainly did what we said they was going to do. Man, they decided to play a wrecker ball there back for, 4th on back, and man, that was only 3/10 separating, positions 5 through 8 or 9. I mean, that was just ridiculous. These guys were, 3 and 4 wide coming to the stripe.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable finish. Green white checker, all hell was going to break loose, and we did. And we might just send you down trackside just to do the 3 interviews as the 3 guys are in. We'll send you down for 3rd place in Bo Brunig.
Bo Brunig, you finished 3rd. You had quite the battle there for the longest time there, but you capitalized on mistakes there with the lap car and Chase Briscoe. Bo, you did well. You finished 3rd. You're the points leader. You got another good points night, extending your points lead over Gary McGuire.
Yeah, it was a pretty good night. I've been here before, didn't like the track before, really struggled. Had a much better night tonight. I thought the track was a little bit better. Racing seemed to be pretty good. I made a mistake. I ran the bottom too long. I needed to move up to the top a little bit quicker when it kind of got spread out there. But all in all, bringing home in 3rd is nothing wrong with that. It's a podium finish. It's a good night. Would have loved to have made it 3 in a row on ETV, but I know that it looked like the race in front of me was pretty dynamite. So I'm all in all happy. Pretty good night.
And Bo, I had the pleasure to talk with you after your Friday night pit report interview here on ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network. And Bo, I know you had some pretty interesting things lined up here for the winter season. Do you feel like spilling some of the beans on that right now?
Well, I'll just tell you this. We're looking ahead a little bit here. We got about 3-4 weeks left in the season for the Power Eye midget stuff. Power Eye is going to be on board. Hopefully there'll be a big sponsor coming on board, and we're looking ahead in January. The big dog, the granddaddy of them all, the Chili Bowl. It'll be the Power Eye Tulsa Midget Nationals. We've been working on the racetrack already. It's really coming together. It's going to be something to see.
How many cars can we expect to see here for the Power Eye Midget Nationals?
I'm hoping to see, last year we had 75. I'm hoping to double that. I'm hoping to see about 150 cars over 3 or 4 nights of racing.
Wow, that's a big field each night. You're looking to be running about C mains each night. And Bo, before we get you out of here, I know you got quite the crowd to thank, so go ahead and give them a shout out here on ETV.
I want to thank all the guys that showed up tonight, all the drivers. Nice field tonight, 24 cars. Power Eye, Kenny Brown, for his support and promoting the series. JD, John at ETV for broadcasting this. I hope everything looked good on the TV side of things. Justin, you and Brett for commentating. And all the guys that helped me out, Gary, Keith, RJ, everybody that helps out over here at SimPro. Thank you very much.
That was Bo Brunig, your 3rd place finisher, and now we're moving on to 2nd place. Chris Bell, I thought you had the car to do it. You were in the lead at the right time. You just got snookered by one heck of a move by James Edens. Tell us how that race for the lead was there, especially with the green-white checker.
Well, I hope the race was good. Extremely disappointed right now. I had the race won. James just stole it from us. He had a good run. His car was working good. Not really sure where he made up all of his ground. I was looking at the little ticker down below, and it looked like I had a pretty good lead, and all of a sudden he came out of nowhere. I guess he just made up all his ground around the bottom. Kind of no other way to decide, but just a complete embarrassment.
Well, Chris, you're no slouch here. You've won several races here on the ETV Live Sim Broadcasting Network, and you do very well for yourself, but, you know, we can't really take anything away from the winner, James Edens. He ran the right line at the right time. Don't beat yourself up, man, but before we get you out of here, I know you got some guys to thank.
Yeah, once again, I just want to thank Bo and the ETV guys. They do an awesome job. Bo does an awesome job promoting the race. Track was really good tonight. One of the best races that we've had in a while, but ETV guys for putting this on, and of course Brett and Justin for announcing it. It sure does make a good show.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can speak for Brett and JD and John again with the very nice compliment. But Chris Bell, congratulations on your second place finish. Don't beat yourself up, man. You ran one heck of a race. I thought you had enough to do it, but not this time. So go get him next time, buddy. And again, that's Chris Bell, your second place finisher, and now. This is the interview I was looking forward to. Your first-time winner here at the SimPro Racing Series, James Edens. James, hell of a drive, man. I've seen you come on the bottom there, and that was just an unbelievable run. Tell us what it was like there to take the checker flag.
It was really good. The bottom came in towards the end, and car just worked down there.
You got to be pretty excited, man. This is, as far as I know, your first time winning here in the SimPro Racing Series.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to beat people like Christopher Bell and Mo Brunick running up there that run up front every week.
Man, I just had to have it visualized, man. James Edens running out of 4. You had to be pumping your fist as you were crossing the start-finish line.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped up. It's pretty exciting.
So now that you got the big monkey off your back, can we expect to see you in victory lane here?
I hope so. Hope to get a couple more wins.
Most definitely. And James, congratulations on the night. You ran an unbelievable race, and as a fellow racer that's raced against you several times, I'm very impressed with your progress. I mean, every now and then you still make a mistake, but you find a way to learn from it and come back, and I think that's pretty admirable. But James, before we get you out of here, I know you have a lot of guys to thank and a lot of guys that are responsible to help you get this first win, so go give them a big shout out here on ETV.
I'd like to give big thanks to the McGuire brothers, Bo Brunick for putting this league on, Bug and CV for getting the setup good, and just all the guys that help out and support.
Again, that's your winner tonight, James Edens, with a heck of a move over second place, Christopher Bell. James, again, congratulations. And Brett, that was some certainly interesting racing there with 5 laps to go here tonight at Peoria.
Yeah, certainly was, and certainly made for an interesting green-white checker. And so we'll just bring JD up into the booth and we'll let him close it out. But man, that was one hell of a race. Congratulations, James Edens, on winning his first midget race here at SimPro Racing. Also, congratulations to Bo Brunick for another podium, and also Christopher Bell. But man, Christopher Bell, he sounded really down about losing that race. But nonetheless, he second place, and that's a very good job. And we'll send it back up to JD and let him close it out.
Wow, what a night of racing here at Peoria, Illinois. Peoria Speedway, Cowboy. I tell you what, we ain't over yet. There's a lot more coming your way. You can check the calendar over at etv-eplay.net. Tomorrow night, back in the saddle again. Real Sim Racing, 9:30 p.m. You can join the boys live on ETV Live. Also, a live broadcast on the ETV Live radio. Tuesday night, Open Paddock Live at 9:30, but we're going to kick it off with Wesley Outland and Mike Neff with the radio show at 7 p.m. Eastern on ETV Live radio. So check it out. A whole lot going on over at ETV Live, etv-eplay.net. So for all the boys here at SimPro Racing, Bo Brunick, Brett Wheeler, Justin Rosenow, the madman, John Wessling, pushing them buttons on the camera tonight. What an awesome job. We'll catch you next time on ETV Live.